Oh, there's my little weld joint I did there. I've got this pretty good right around the edge of the door. Got a pretty decent fill all the way around here. I left my hinge open there so it'll clean up, look nice. You don't want to fill up a hinge. You might have to take it loose anyway. And see what's happening here in the back. Some of this Bondo's coming through. This is all going to act like big rivets. It'll hold that whole piece onto that bar, and also when I go to fill it with Bondo in the back, this will act like a holder for the Bondo that's coming through. And we'll let this dry up a bit and go on to the next. Trying some of that derusting spray. I hit this frame here with grinder. Here's a section here, see it's just ground off roughly, and just spray this stuff on. It's supposed to set for a while. Dissolves the rust, seems to be doing pretty good. On the inside here, you can't really get to that with that wire wheel very well, so I've just cleaned it up with a brush as much as I can and sprayed this stuff on it. And I'll just hit it with a hose now and wash it off. It seems to be working pretty good. Just spray it once, let it sit a while, then take a hand brush to it, and seems to be saving a bit of work. Looking at that door panel from the other side, just give you a better idea of how the Bondo's coming through the holes there. This is all going to make this just good and solid. I'm not putting a lot in it right now because I want the rest of that to get hard, and then I'll start using bad Bondo and fill in those holes and stuff. So this would be the last places where you put all your dirty Bondo after you finish doing the smooth stuff, because it's just there to fill a hole and give it strength and doesn't have to be pretty at all. While we're waiting for the other side to dry, come over here to the passenger side and take a look at what they've done here. They've got the same piece of metal, but this is the one they've ran on the inside, and as you can see it's flexing pretty good. It was brazed here in front, but the back wasn't brazed. It don't look like they finished welding it, so I'm going to beat this up into here, try to get it flat, tack it, and then I can Bondo this section. Well, as I started trying to beat this edge down, I noticed here that it's this whole thing is moving, even the body is wiggling around. It's just not a very good strength thing. So it doesn't look like there's too much in it. I'm just going to cut this piece out, and it'll be a lot less work than the other side. And then I'll strengthen that inside, and we'll do the same thing as I did to the other side. Alright, well, I got this piece out. Wasn't quite as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I had to hack this up a bit. This is the brace that was in there, but that's the only way I could cut it. And you can see that it was broke loose in the front. I don't know if you can see it in there. I'll try to weld something in this. Find me another bar or something, weld along this part, try to get this a little stronger. First thing I'll do is clean up all this rust. Oh, it's pretty heavily pitted, but I ground all the rust off or wire brushed it, and then I just sprayed it with this derusting compound. It's supposed to derust it and then perform or make some kind of a bonding surface. I've cleaned this area up here in the back where it's all pretty flat. I can do a little tacking and welding in there and strengthen that, and I'll figure out something to do here in the front while this stuff dries, and I'll let that dry good. I'll squirt that with primer, just for no other reason than once that panel's on, it'll just continue to rust, and I'd like to try to stop that maybe 50 years from now. This car will still be in one piece. You can see what we got here. It's just a rusty mess in there. At least maybe I can get the wire brush and clean it up some and find some good metal to weld to. Got to looking at it here, and there's no way that this was gonna clean up here in the front. You can look at it. So I just cut this piece out. I'll weld it back in. But well, it's raining, which is a complete pain in the butt. Kind of hard to work in this stuff whenever it's gonna soak you all the time. So I got a couple hours of daylight. I think I'm gonna just go get me a tarp, build something here. Well, I mean, got me a big tarp I can hook up across here, but by the time I got back, quit raining, so I'll just continue on. Here I've just pretty much just built a whole nother piece out of rod in the back. It's plenty ugly and plenty strong. This is all just kind of built out of stuff. I'll try to clean it up a little bit, and then we'll bondle that up, and it'll make it strong and seal it from the weather. Might have been a mistake to try to build that corner up with weld, but I've ground it down pretty much. We'll see if the door will fit in there. That's what I just realized, that the door might hit it. We'll check it out and see. Yeah, we don't have to worry about it. The door's considerably above all this stuff. Yeah, had a little trouble getting it closed here. I'll have to knock these hinges forward a little bit, I think, to get it all done. The door was a little tight, so it's a good thing that I've started to put this door in, and before I finish up that final brace. As you can see here, the door is hitting. Wants to move that body back. I can't lower it much here because that makes it worse. It's not a matter of hinges, it's a matter of bracing this body. So I'm going to get it in here closed where it's supposed to. Nice and flat and level. I'll clamp it, and then I'm going to weld a brace. I'll show you. Got it clamped here at the top, and a rod laid on it here, so I can weld a brace. You notice down here at the bottom, the door is out. It needs to be in flush like that. And if you look at the back, when I press the door, that whole back is flexing. Kind of see it here a little bit. So what I'll do is clamp this door here into the bottom, and then I'll brace it there to the big panel, or this bar right here. I'll just put a brace in there so I can hold this body where it's supposed to go while I weld in that bottom brace, and then I'll bolt it in. Well, this setup here kind of answered my question about how am I going to brace it. This angle iron in here is not quite flush with the frame, so it has to rotate that way. So I rotated it with this thick piece welded into the door brace, and then I braced it with that thin piece you see there on the top, and that should hold it real steady, and it's right here by this door hinge, so that should hold that in place. And then where that small clamp is there, I can drill a couple holes and bolt it on the same way with that back clamp. Well, I'll put that brace like I have on the other side there. But anyway, I can bolt this in 2 or 3 places, and this will make the whole thing very stiff, and it'll hold the door well.